Alright, so I just picked up this vintage dehumidifier. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. Um, it was it was interesting because usually these things are usually 2 to 3 hours away from where I live. This one was only 15 minutes. It says $10 on there. I got it for $5. It was listed at $5, so maybe this was at a garage sale and it didn't sell or something. I'm not sure. But at any rate, it's a pretty cool unit. Obviously, it looks really nice, and it has the bucket. I have not tested this. The lady was selling it for her grandmother, but both her grandmother and she was there as well. So I asked him if it worked because it was only listed at $5. So I was like, "Does it work?" All it said was old humidifier. Actually, is what it said, but I knew that it was a dehumidifier because it says it right there. It was only listed at $5. Usually these are like 20, 60, you know. Even for the old ones, people tend to have a pretty good price on them. So I asked them if it worked. They said it worked as of 3 weeks ago. They were using it, so it should work. It was listed, I think it said like an hour ago when I first saw the listing, so I messaged them right away because things go quick around here like this, because there's just not a whole lot of them, so collectors who are looking for them eat them up quick. So pretty neat to find this. Let's take a closer look at it. Apparently it came with this vintage extension cord. The plug's a little mangled on it. I think it's just bent. It should still work. Personally, if I was in the market for something like this, I would have paid $5 just for this cord. So this is a really good deal. Hopefully, actually, there's 2 stickers here. I wonder what the other one said. How many times has this thing been marked down? It says, caution, 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 caution. Do not operate when room temperature is below 65 degrees to avoid frost buildup. That would make sense. Was that in the screen? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Here's what the controls look like. It's kind of stiff. I can feel it clicking. We got our indicator light. I imagine, I'm not sure what that 22 is for. Automatic dehumidifier, automatic shutoff 22, R22 maybe? It doesn't really seem like something that would be advertised on the front of a machine though. I don't know. Anyway, it looks pretty nice. It's dusty, but it's in pretty good condition. I get the idea this is a fairly low hours machine. Back here, we have a bucket. The actual cord for the machine looks pretty good condition. That's where it comes out. This is the bucket. We got a little bit of rust down there. There's a paper clip in there. And it looks like this was used with a hose. That or there would have been a cap that you could put on there. And then that's open right there. I'm not sure if that would be original or not. I don't know a whole lot about these. I'm going to use it with a continuous drain anyway, so I don't need a cap there. There's a bunch of cardboard here. I wonder why. Interesting. UL listed. I can't really see that. Montgomery Ward. Factory, model number, refrigerant 12. So there's a bug here. I don't like bugs. I don't know what that 22 means. Um, 22 pints per hour. No, sorry, 22 pints every 24 hours, maybe. Max amps, 5 amps. Pretty efficient. This is not the best. I'm in my garage right now. Usually I don't make videos in here. It's not the best area. There is some dirt back there, but you can still see through it. It's not terrible for a 40-year-old machine. I cannot see what type of fan is in there. I'll see if I can get the front panel off. Here's what the inside of the machine looks like with the cover off. I'm noticing something which is really strange. The fan blade is, well, the whole motor, I guess, is pointed kind of down, and so it's etched into the shroud, which is weird. Okay, well, I'll have to get that fixed, but that should be fairly simple. The compressor, that's the tag, USA. And I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. So I just took a closer look at it, and the reason why it was like that is because the fan motor was loose. So I just tightened these, and that fixed the problem. Alright, so it should run. If it works, so I'm going to go ahead and plug it up, and then we'll test it out. Alright, it's plugged up. Something I just want to point out, which some people are going to, like, go crazy about, is I assume that this extension cord was purchased for the use of this machine, as they seem to be, but they're both older, so I assume this is how they plugged it up. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Well, let's see if it works. So I may need to press something in the back to get it to come on, but so it started up. Oh, cold. That's just the case rattling. So something's a little bit loose there. But if it weren't for the rattling, it's very quiet. Oh yeah, that's cold all the way through. This has got a full charge. Wonderful. When I put the bucket in, the rattling stopped. It's a very quiet machine. Here, I'll turn my fan off in the background. It's hot in the garage, but it's supposed to be only 70 tomorrow, which is pretty good. I'm excited. Today it was 85, I think. I love fall. Fall and winter. As much as I like air conditioning and stuff. like finding the machines fascinating. The older ones, anyway. I like the cold. Yeah, I mean, this sounds really good. This is wonderful. I love this. I've never used a vintage dehumidifier from this era. My grandparents had one. Oh, here's a story. So, I don't remember this one, but my grandparents, we go and visit them. They live quite a few hours away from us, so we usually visit them about once a year. And I'm told that they used to have most likely one of those wood grain Kenmore dehumidifiers for many, many years. And then it was replaced by this unit over here. The same one as this. Now that vintage, the one I just got is going to replace this because this doesn't work anymore. This was used for, I think, a year, maybe a year and a half before it stopped working. Now this thing is a piece of junk. I hate it. It's so loud, for one, and only the fan comes on. They can't get the compressor to come on, so it's probably a failure in the stupid electronic controls, which I hate. Anyway, how we came to have this is my grandfather, when theirs quit, which I didn't know this until recently. If I knew about it, I would have asked him to keep it, and then I would have tried to fix it. Because it was probably like the fan motor locked up or something stupid like that. But they threw it out, and they bought one of these, and to my knowledge, it still works. But he told my father, and then that he found this one, and I think they both bought one, and ours conked out. So I have this to replace it, and it's working great. It's very quiet. It's so cool to listen to the refrigerant go through there. It's already pulling. Look at this. Already dripping. This thing is going to work great. What a fantastic piece of equipment. You really cannot get stuff like this anymore. And it's so cool that it has the bucket too, because half the time you find these and the bucket's long gone or it's broken. So we're in September. The dehumidifying and AC season is coming to a close, so I may get a little bit of use out of this. I'm not going to clean it up this year. If I have time, maybe over the winter, but next year I'll clean it up and I'll use it next summer. It's not too bad, so I'm not worried about using it for less than a month. But this is such a fantastic piece of equipment. Very thankful to have found this. It's so hard to find vintage stuff around here. Vintage HVAC equipment. So, really neat find. Looks really cool too. I have to take the knob off to get the grill on, but and it's in really nice cosmetic condition. It's just dirty. There's some paint here, but I could probably get that off with some rubbing alcohol. Usually works. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna test the indicator light for the full. I'll try to anyway. So I think in theory how this would work is when it gets heavy enough, it will lean back and it'll push this lever up, I think. So I'm gonna try and test the light on this side and see if I can get that light to come on. First I'll shut it down, and then I'll test the switch. Could use some oil. Alright. I'm gonna press that. Yep, the light works. Looks really cool. Wonderful. So this is a fully functioning BTG dehumidifier. Thank you for watching, and I guess next year there will probably be a video when I clean and service this unit. But yeah, my first vintage dehumidifier. You really don't see vintage dehumidifiers around here. Same with window air conditioners. They're not very common in the first place, and so to find them vintage is even harder. So this is really cool. Thank you for watching.